Welcome back, my darlings. Today we are working on a crocheted Valentine's pillow cover. I believe it's called the Valentine's Day Pillow by, who is it? It was done in collaboration with somebody, a yarn company, Circulo. That's the name of it. The pillow size that I'm making is actually larger, so instead of using single crochets, I'm using half double crochets. So that's what I'm going to be working on, but we're going to tell a quick story time, which will explain why you've got a different angle today, which actually I need to adjust a little bit. I'll explain why in a moment. There we go. How's that? I think it's better. Okay. So in this corner, for the last 11 to 12 years, I have had a kind of orangey brown leather semi-reclining swivel chair thing, and prior to us getting it, we had been given it by my husband's grandparents because we already had a twin for the chair, just in a different color, that we had been given by my spouse's parents when we had first gotten married. And when the grandparents found out about that, and they were trying to downsize some of their stuff, they gave us that one, so that's what I've been using for the last 12 years. Note the operational use, or intentional use rather, of the word had. It's been getting slightly less sturdy in the past little while, and then last night when I went to sit in it, the welds on the swivel base failed in two spots. So the entire chair kind of semi-fell forward-ish, and it is no longer suitable for sitting. I briefly entertained the idea of potentially just having the joints re-welded, but the chair is probably more than 50 years old. At this point, I had been using it for multiple hours every single day, pretty much solid for the past 11 or 12 years. So I am in need of a new chair. For the present time, I have drafted into use, because it's winter, one of what would be our patio chairs, because we bought fairly large, very comfortable, very sturdy patio chairs with the intention of potentially never having to change them out again so long as we live. So we pulled one of them up from the basement. Did you sit on your tail again, Mr. Mambo? You poor pathetic creature. Yes, I'll bring a dog bed over here for you soon. So yes, I'm in one of those patio chairs. The sitting surface of the patio chair, however, is probably a good 8 inches taller than the other one was. So I am much higher up, and as such, the previous location of my camera arm that I had is now far too close to the project to actually be useful from a filming perspective. So I am now experimenting with a new filming camera location. So I've actually got the clamp end clamped onto the top of the piano and kind of hanging down. So now I get to figure out the best use of that angle. But if you're thinking to yourself, this camera angle looks different, you are correct, because it does. And it is. So it's a good thing that I had done some of the work on my stash that I had already done, because I actually have space to fit this larger footprint chair into my corner. guess the other thing I will mention is that I am actually participating in the Cancer Society of Canada's. They're having a fundraiser for Knit Every Day in February. It is now February. Yes, I am aware that this video is going up on like February 9th or something like that, but I am now hopefully going to start being a little better about filming and uploading content now that some of the potty training has progressed a little more. But I did do some knitting today. I'll show you that real quick. So we'll see how much progress we make on this scarf. So it's a tube scarf. This end will be sewn shut at the end, and it'll be the pattern all the way around. I am using the same pattern for that as the pink muff shell that I just finished. I just fed you. Why do you think you need to go out right now? He has been fed, but he wants to go outside and eat snow. So. biggest downside of doing the filming on my phone is that the pattern for this one is digital, and I did not print it off. Okay, we're coming from the center pole now. I don't want you to do that. So I'll do some of this to the corner, and then I'm going to cut this yarn and rejoin it coming from the outer pole. This particular skein of yarn had been engaged in a different project that I realized was not going to be able to serve its intended purpose, so I unraveled it. And now we're repurposing it. So smooth to move in. Stuff this back into the center. Go. Join this one. Go to the spinner. I'm going to go ahead and just do this. And I'm going to do something called a standing half double crochet join. So I'm going to hold this, keep my tail back here, put a loop on there, get in here, join it over, pull it up, and simply complete a half double crochet. And thus it is joined. You can do that with double crochets and treble crochets as well. It's very useful for if you have to change colors in like a granny square or something. Just tie these two together probably. Stay in there. And this whole thing will get single crocheted over when I do the border on it, because this will have a border. I think what I shall do is, because this one's mostly just a chart, so I'll just transfer the chart onto a piece of paper for that purpose, and then I'll show you that actually. It is accessible to me. Come here, you. Come here. There we go. Yes. It's a graph notebook. Literally just contains this. So this is for making charts. You could do cross-stitching, embroidery, any of that kind of stuff in here. But yeah, just blank pages. Not always useful, but sometimes useful. Free movement now. I will transfer my chart, and then I'm going to continue like this, and I'll probably record again once we get closer to actually starting the heart in the middle of the project. Because that will be slightly more interesting than watching me just go do white back and forth and back and forth. I'll probably actually post them slightly out of order, since at the time that I'm filming this I still have a couple of days of upload before Valentine's Day, so if I'm doing something vaguely Valentine's themed, I may as well do it in season, as it were. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next time.